Jerry Johnson, your chef and events coordinator. If you like what you see, subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my life. This evening, we'll be talking about wine. Okay? Wine. What is wine? Wine is a natural living substance which is fermented from the juice of freshly gathered grapes. We say it's a natural living substance because you don't need to add anything to the juice, to the grape, for it to ferment. Of course, you could use any other fruits to make wine. You could use orange, you could use grapefruit, you name it. But you got to add something. You got to add yeast to speed up that fermentation process. When you use grapes, there is no need to add anything. So it's natural. Okay? Now, wines could be divided into three areas, three types of wine. You have red wine, white wine, and rosé. The white wine is made from white grapes, and the red wine is made from black grapes. Okay, and the rosé is a combination of red and white, or red and white grapes. Right. So you can also remove the skin from the grapes early when you're making rosé. Okay, so we have red, white, and rosé. Now we could go on to, we could say wine can be classified in 5 areas: red, white, rosé, sparkling, and dessert wine. Okay, for the sparkling wine, that's champagne. Okay, and we could say champagne is a sparkling wine, but sparkling wines are not champagne. Some wines are just sparkling wine. It has a bubble, it's cheap, so it's not champagne. People by that time don't say, oh, I'm drinking champagne, but that's just a sparkling wine. For the fortified wine, you have like port and sherry. Those are more heavy. They're full-bodied wine, and the reason why we call them dessert wine is that you have them with your dessert. Okay. Now, I remember I used to work at the store as a loss prevention officer. While I was working at the store now, I saw one of my girlfriend, well, a very good friend. She came into the store and she was looking wines to take to a party. She said she had some other girlfriends meeting up and they wanted wine, but she could not find cool wines in the cooler. The wine that she was looking for, there was none in the cooler. So she said, oh my God, what I'm going to do? These wines are hot. So this is what I told her to do, and it works. So if you go and you want to get wine, and they're all hot, get a bucket, pour some ice in, pour some cool water in the bucket, then you put the wine in and you do like this. Do like this for a few minutes. I guarantee you that this wine is going to be so chilled. You wouldn't believe that. So that's how you chill a wine quickly. But I must point out that White wines are served chilled, and red wines are served at room temperature. However, people do chill red wines at times, especially if it's a very hot country. So if you're going to chill your red wine, don't do this, because red wine has sediments and you can't disturb the sediment. If you disturb the sediment, the wine is not going to taste good. That's a red wine. I'm holding a bottle of white wine there. So red wine is not going to taste good if you do that. Okay? Yeah. Have a nice red. This is a Beaujolais. Nice wine. Maybe this is about $20 or $25 or so in the store. Okay? Now, this is what we call a decanter. So, what you can do when you pull your red wine, you pour your wine inside a decanter and leave it there to breathe. So what happened while you open the wine and you pouring it into the decanter, oxygen gets into the wine and it brings out that aroma, and the sediments are left into the bottle, and so your wine tastes better. So you decant your wine. If you don't have a decanter, you can just leave it to breathe. Just open the bottle before you serve it, leave it there for a while, and it will breathe and taste really, really good. Okay? Now, when you're dining, and if you are the main person and you order the wine from the server, he's going to present the wine to you. He's going to come over and he's going to say to you, sir or madam, this is the wine you ordered. Now you must approve it. Okay? You got to look at the label and see to it that that's the wine you ordered and say yes. Or if that's not the one you ordered, you're going to say no. He will go and get the right one. Okay? So when you approve the wine, he's going to open the wine. Now, this is a server's best friend. Wine opener. Alright? So, he's going to cut off the top, nice and neat, like that. And then, close. You're going to put it in the middle, in the center, and you turn it down. Not all the way down, don't bore the cork. Ease it up a bit, and then you're going to pull it up, you're going to take it up, and bam! Your wine is open. Okay? Now, this is a red wine glass. Look at it carefully. How round it is. Compare it to the white wine. This is the white wine and this is the red wine. The white wine has a wider bowl and the red wine has a wider bowl and the white wine is much more slender. Okay? And you can also put a champagne glass there too. So that's red wine, white wine, champagne. Okay? Now, a glass like this, we could call it an all-purpose glass. So if when you're serving, if you're not sure which wine you're going to have, they can put, like for banquet, they can put an all-purpose glass on the table, so you can pour red or white wine into that glass. I say this to say that, you know, a lot of times I'm at functions and I may be serving, and when you turn over to stretch your arm out to pour the wine, sometimes the guests grab a white wine glass. You're pouring red wine and they grab white wine. You don't really want to embarrass them to say that, that's a wrong glass or anything, So sometimes you just go ahead and pour. But if you are dining, leave the waiter to pour it into the glass. Don't take up the glass and give it to him. Okay? So he's going to pour a little in the glass. He's going to make sure that he shows you the label. The label is turned towards you. And I have to be very careful now because my phone is on selfie, so it's going to be twisted a little around. But they pour a little bit in the glass, and when they do that for you, don't just sit there and look at him. Take it up, hold it by the stem, of course. And when I say hold it by the stem, you don't hold wine glass here. You hold it here. Okay? So you're gonna smell it. You're gonna stir it around a bit. You smell. When you do that, it brings out that aroma, that smell. And then what you do, you put it on the tip of your tongue. And you taste. And you tell him, you said yes. Now, if it doesn't taste right, don't say yes, tell him no. It doesn't taste right. He will go and get you another bottle of wine that tastes right. Okay? And what he will do, after you taste, he's going to serve ladies around the table. Ladies first, and then the gentlemen, and then you, the host. He's going to come back to you and he's going to put more in your glass. Now, a bottle, when you go out and you order wine, also understand that you get about 5 glasses of wine from a bottle. 5 glasses. So, if it's 6 of you sitting around the table, it may not work. You got to be very poor, very, in Jamaica we would say stingy, for it to stretch to 6 or 7 persons. So 1 bottle is for 5 persons, okay? Now, when the server pours the wine and the bottle is empty, he will leave it on the table. And if you need another bottle, let him know and he will remove that bottle and bring you a fresh one. You always, when you're storing your red wine, and especially if you're not going to use it immediately, or you're going to store it for a long time, let it sit on the side. Let it lay on the side like that. You know why they store wine like that? Because the wine touches the cork. When I opened the wine early on, what did I do with the cork? The cork is what they call an English cork. And if that cork does not keep moist, where is it? If the cork does not keep moist, the cork will dry out and bacteria may get into the wine. So you put it on the side so the wine can touch the cork, keep it moist, and that will keep your wine for a very long time. I went to a store, it was Publix actually, and I saw this little cover and I thought it was awesome. I bought it. So, when you open a wine, you just put that in and you close it. It can close and open. See? It's closed, nothing is going to come out. And when you open, isn't that awesome? So if you can get something like this, I can't remember how much I paid for it because I bought it a long time, but I find it very, very useful because sometimes when you open the wine and you use the English cork, the one, yeah, it's right here. When you open the wine, and sometimes it's difficult to put it in, you know, put it back. So if you put this on, it's perfect, it keeps it. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Hello, I'm Andre Johnson, your chef and events coordinator. If you like what you see, subscribe.